prominent human rights experts have urged governments to take action against corporations that assist Myanmar's military in producing weapons used in human rights violations. According to 3 former United Nations experts, companies in the United States, Europe, and Asia have been assisting Myanmar's military in the manufacture of weapons used in human rights violations. Companies from 13 countries, including France, Germany, China, India, Russia, Singapore, and the United States, have been giving supplies that are essential to the development of weapons in Myanmar. According to a study released on Monday by the Special Advisory Council on Myanmar. According to the experts, this assistance includes licenses, raw materials, software, parts, and components. As a result, the Myanmar military, which seized power in a coup in February 2021 and has launched a brutal crackdown on its opponents, has become largely self-sufficient in manufacturing a variety of weaponry, they claim. These weapons, which are manufactured in Kapaza factories run by the military's Directorate of Defense Industries, include guns, ammo, and landmines and are largely employed to suppress opposition to the coup, according to the SACEM. Foreign companies are enabling the Myanmar military, one of the world's worst human rights violators, to produce many of the weapons it uses to commit daily atrocities against the Myanmar people. Yang Hee Lee, a former UN Special Rapporteur on the situation of human rights in Myanmar, said in a statement issued by the SACEM. Foreign corporations and their home countries have moral and legal obligations to guarantee that their products do not facilitate human rights violations against people in Myanmar, Lee added. Failure to do so renders them complicit in Myanmar's military's heinous atrocities. The investigation draws on a variety of sources, including interviews with Myanmar military personnel and secret budget data from the Ministry of Defense. It discovered that the Myanmar military is presently using high-precision machines supplied by companies located in Austria, Germany, Japan, Taiwan, and the United States at its weapons manufacturing. According to the research, these automated instruments feature turning, milling, and grinding operations and play an important part in the manufacturing of weapons. It stated that software to control these robots is given by companies based in France, Israel, and Germany. Meanwhile, Singapore serves as a strategic transit point for potentially significant volumes of items, including certain raw materials, that feed Myanmar's military's weapons production. And Taiwan is thought to be an important route for the military's purchase of high-precision machines, according to the report. The military also allegedly transports these equipment from Kapaza factories to Taiwan, where they are maintained by personnel linked with the machine's European makers before being delivered back to Myanmar. According to the report, companies in China, such as the state-owned China North Industries Group Corporation Limited, are critical to the import of raw materials used in arms production, while firms in India assist with the import of parts and components such as optical sights fitted to small arms such as sniper rifles. States must investigate and, if necessary, initiate administrative or legal proceedings against companies whose products we have identified as enabling the to produce weapons used by the Myanmar military in indiscriminate attacks on civilians, said Chris Sidoti of the SACEM, a former member of the UN Independent International Fact-Finding Mission on Myanmar. Foreign firms that profit from Myanmar people's misery must be held accountable, he stated. The report also detailed instances of the military using locally made weapons against the people of Myanmar, such as crackdowns on peaceful anti-coup protests, and warned that companies involved in the provision or supply of essential products to the may be found complicit in these and other atrocities committed by the country's security forces. The Myanmar military has created a powerful arms production industry that allows it to produce the small arms, light weapons, and ammunition it employs to mercilessly suppress the Myanmar people, said Marzurki Der Russman of the SACEM. However, daly's need on external supplies to sustain its weapon manufacturing implies it is subject to external pressure, Der Russman, a former chair of the United Nations Independent International Fact-Finding Mission in Myanmar, said. UN member states should do everything possible to limit the Myanmar military's access to such supplies in order to protect the Myanmar people, including by imposing targeted sanctions on the Kapaza, its leadership, and its network of brokers.